So, good afternoon everyone. Magandang buhay at mabuting tao po sa ating lahat. I am Dianne Kalayaan C. Cabrera, head teacher at Northville 15 Integrated School, and I will be presenting my application of education, which is very timely, titled Rebuilding Literacy Foundation or Foundations Through the Academic Recovery and Accessible Learning or ARAL program, an application project. So this initiative responds to the mandate of ARAL Act and DepEd Memo or DepEd Order number 18 series of 2025, which calls for institutionalized recovery or academic recovery programs, specifically in reading. So the context and rationale for this application of education, it is actually based on the GST results and field ERI results during the pre-test, during the beginning of classes. So for the GST results, unfortunately, there are 69.99% that are 3 levels below and 29.49% that are 2 levels below. And sadly, there are 0.84% that are grade level ready. So with the field ERI results under 3 levels down or below, there are 10.69% at frustration level, which I focus in this application of education, 74.53% at instructional, and 14.77% independent. So with that, the data demand urgent ARAL-aligned research-based reading intervention through contextualized literacy programs for junior high school learners. So this application is grounded in my graduate studies at Holy Angel University that provided both methods and theory in this intervention. So the course title or the application of education that I will do is the fundamentals of reading. So in fundamentals of reading, it is the understanding of the cognitive and linguistic process in reading, crucial for designing remediation strategies, which will I apply. Approaches and techniques in the teaching of language, concepts to apply, effective pedagogical methods for reading, comprehension, and fluency. The third one, curriculum design and materials preparation. The concepts to apply, contextualize and preparation of differentiated reading materials aligned with learners' proficiency levels. Next one, testing and program evaluation for language and literature. Concepts to apply, framework for developing valid assessment tools and evaluating literacy interventions. Next, research in language and literature, data gathering analysis, and interpretation for evidence-based decision-making. And of course, the statistics in research. Quantitative analysis of field ERI results and progress monitoring. For the gap analysis, like what I've mentioned, that the data in our field ERI, pre-test, and GST, these encourage me to promote or to explore more in different reading supplementary materials to provide or to rebuild the foundation literacy of the identified struggling readers in our school. This project identifies opportunities to strengthen, first one, instructional scaffolding and differentiated learning pathways. Second, teacher capacity in literacy pedagogy and assessment. Third, development of contextualized assessment tools. Fourth, utilization of reading data for instructional decision-making. And lastly, school-wide collaboration for sustained reading improvement. And of course, our goal, our target, is to improve the junior high school learners' reading proficiency, especially the 3-level down frustration level at Northville 15 Integrated School through aligned data-informed and research-based literacy interventions. So to realize the objective, here are the proposed intervention and strategy. The first strategy is reading recovery session. In here, we will be having small group guided reading and fluency enhancement activities based on field-area results. Actually, we've been doing this now. Next, teacher capability building, workshop on differentiated reading instruction, comprehension strategies, and assessment literacy. Third strategy is development of contextualized reading materials. It is the creation of leveled readers and comprehension tasks aligned with learners' current reading level. Next, progress monitoring and feedback, which we are already doing also, periodic formative assessment or check-ins, and reflective session using individual reading inventory plan, the IRIP, to track learner growth. Peer tutoring also and reading buddies program, engagement of senior high school students and parents as literacy partners. Lastly, community literacy partners, collaboration with local stakeholders, universities, and NGOs to sustain, support, and advocacy for reading. So the methodology that I will be using here, I will apply the most applicable method, which is the data gathering analysis or method, and the different techniques in analyzing the data. So this is the mixed method. This is the quantitative and qualitative analysis. And of course, the participants, the primary participants, are the identified struggling readers, which are 3 levels down frustration level at Norville 15 Integrated School. The secondary participants, of course, we will include our English teachers, master teacher in English, and the ARAL tutors. For the data gathering, for the quantitative analysis, we will be using the field-area assessment tools and also the teacher-made vocabulary and fluency assessment. For the qualitative analysis, we will be using, or I will be conducting an interview. Data analysis plan, the collected data will be analyzed using both quantitative and qualitative techniques to determine the impact of the ARAL interventions on learners' reading proficiency. Work plan and timelines. The first phase is planning and preparation. We've done this already. The second one is teacher capability building and development of contextualized reading materials. Third phase, implementation of reading recovery and support sessions. Phase 4, monitoring, evaluation, and feedback. Phase 5, sustainability and advocacy. And here is the monitoring and evaluation indicators. The aspects are learner progress, teacher competence, material development, stakeholders engagement, and sustainability. So the cost estimate for that is 10,000, sourced or funded by MOOE or donation and canteen funds. Plans for dissemination, results, best practices, and insights from the ARAL literacy program will be shared in school LAC sessions. Reports will be submitted to the school's division office for possible replication in other schools. That will be all, Bo. Thank you so much.